So, guys, in the first lecture, we have already seen some introductory part of irrigation engineering. So, why it's important for our country and what are the things that we need to study that we already discussed in the syllabus part. So, today we are going to further move again some further topics. We are going to take of irrigation part 1. So the topic we are going to today, we are going to discuss that is types of irrigation and methods of irrigation. So what kind of classification basically we are going to discuss of irrigation and how to apply the water to the field. There are different ways or methods that we are going to see in this particular lecture. For the work which I given to you in the yesterday class, I hope students have done that. So before start the lecture, I want to hear your particular area. I will speak one by one student name and give me the discussion point that we discussed in the last. So first of all, let me see the participants. So Vikram, I think, was not attended the last class. Are you in there? Vikram, you was in the last class? I think he was absent. So Abhinav Sinha, start with you. Please give me the idea what kind of canal system you have in your area and how they supply the water to the land.
Sir, there is no any canal system in my area. The
Okay.
only one way through which the way is boring. जमीन के अंदर सर होता है ना वो फिल्टर लगा करके जो उसी पे टोटली डिपेंड है सर.
On tubewell.
Yes sir, tubewell.
Okay, you do in your area you do not have any irrigation system. So
No sir.
okay. Next is Abhishek Raj. Abhishek Raj, please unmute and give me the answer. Abhishek.
Yes sir.
बताइए बच्चे. How many students have done the work? It's a not a typical things to do it.
Yes sir.
Smir,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Abhishek पहले बताइए and then I will move to the.
Yes sir. In irrigation system in our Bihar created irrigation potential of 2.6 million hectare.
Okay. So how
But
many
the
rivers do you have in your Bihar? Actually, how many rivers is passing through the Bihar?
2-3 rivers sir, like
Okay,
Ganga
okay.
and
Ganga and other. So do you have any idea how much cultivated land comes under the Ganga river? How many distributed tributaries or how much water is supplied to the Bihar state? So these are the things you have to done. Whatever the data you collect, that's good. But for further work, we continued that work. Take any of the river out of these 3 or 4, whatever how many rivers are flowing into your area. Just take out of one river and let me know how much area that river is, how much area is comes under that river for irrigation work, and how many channels or canals is passing through getting water from that river. Because rivers maybe directly water is also taking, but generally it's not happen because from the big river or have a huge amount of water, they are going to supply into the distributaries and distribute the sub channels and then so on. Fine. So that thing we will see later part. Now, Diksha, you can unmute and please let me know.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, particularly in my area, Chenab River is passing.
Okay.
Sir, in in Jammu particularly, I know that only Chenab River is here, and it has two tributaries,
Okay.
namely Tavi and Mansudri Shayad.
Okay.
This Chenab River originates from Baralachala Pass, which is
Okay.
high mountainous region or high mountainous pass in Zaskar range.
Okay. So,
Mm,
do you have any idea how much water they supply to your area? Or
Yes,
you
sir.
just
Sir, majorly two canals are there in my area. Namely, first one is Ranbir Canal, and second one is Pratap Canal.
Okay. So
Then,
under
sir,
Pratap or Ranveer Canal, how much cultivated land is comes under? Are they line
sir,
canal
like
or it's a earthen bank canals?
sir, line
Okay.
canal.
So it means
Sir, under
what does it mean lined and unlined canal. So that's good one.
yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, please continue.
Sir, under Ranbir Canal, sir, it is one of the major canal. Under
Okay.
Ranbir Canal, 16,460 hectares of area is irrigated.
Okay.
And sir, under Pratap Canal, nearly 33, sir, nearly 400 hectare area is cultivated.
Okay. Only 400.
Yes, sir. Sir, hectare, only 400 acres area.
Acres is a very small then. No? 400. It's only the land of only one village, I think. It's data
Yes, sir.
might be.
Yes, sir.
It is right.
So that's why, yes, sir. Sir, only
Okay.
Ranbir Canal is major.
Okay.
Earlier, it is now named as New Pratap Canal. Earlier, it was Pratap Canal. It was big one, but
Okay.
due to floods and all that, now its size has been reduced.
Okay, that's good. That is the information actually students we require. This is the way to prepare. Whatever the things asked to do, please go into the deep. These are the things. Are you able to understand what are the things you have to ensure whenever a teacher asks to do some work? That's the data you have to look. Very good, Diksha. Good work. So,
Thank
any
you,
other
sir.
students? Smear, I think, said something where he is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Smear. Now
Good
you
afternoon,
can.
sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my state is located in far western region of my country, Nepal,
Okay.
and there are talking about the geographical structure of my state. There are Himalayan region, hilly region, as well as Tarai region,
Okay.
and there are two rivers in that flow in my state. That is named Mahakali River and Seti River.
Okay.
Mahakali River is Mahakali River connects the Uttarakhand of India and my state of
Okay.
my country, and the water of Mahakali River is distributed in Uttarakhand, India, as well as in my state, Sudur Pasim state,
Okay.
uh, and another Seti River that flows in hilly areas. Hilly areas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mahakali River is originated from the Himalayan region named Darchula, and
Okay.
the water for irrigation is supplied in my state from Mahakali River.
Good. Do you have from where or from there is any barrage or a reservoir is there or not in Nepal for storing the water or directly they are supplying the water to the your area?
Yes, sir. Kosi barrage, sir.
Kosi barrage.
Yes, sir.
So it's what is the volume or capacity? Do you have any idea about that? Like Bakra itself have a huge amount of its reservoir storage. Is there any information related to that? If it is not, no issue that. Otherwise, you again a good way to explain. These are the things you need to collect students. Those do not collect the data. This is the work for continue for those who did not given the answer. Or if anybody want to say something, he or she can unmute and continue. Smear,
Yes, sir.
now you can mute. Yes, Manish, you can And
Yes, sir. In my area, irrigation is depends upon 2 or 3, approx 2 ways. It's a tube well and by the river.
okay,
Sir, in my area, there is 3 river crossing through our land.
okay,
First one is Ganga and Son, and the third one is Budhi Gandak.
okay,
Sir, approx 75,000 people depends upon this water for farming.
okay.
And sir, the land is approx 3,000 acres. Which is sir,
Yes, yes, continue.
sir, approx 3,000 acres of land cultivating by the people with the help of these rivers.
3,000 acre.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So now all
Only for 3 rivers, you are giving the data for 3 rivers, 3,000 acre. The land
Yes,
is
sir.
irrigated.
Yes, sir. Sir, mainly there is Ganga river, but Son is also coming in this, and a part of this one also
How many
river is Budhi
district Ganga is covered in there? How many district from where Ganga river is passing?
Sir, approx 10 to 12 districts, sir.
Okay, 10 to 12 district, and you said I think 3,000 hectare is very small area actually. So
Sir,
I
it
think
is,
it's yes.
sir, this is my area, sir, approx because
So that's then Ganga river directly is not giving the water. Na? It may be supplied to the distributors. Small
sir, but
canals are there. Na?
no, sir, there is no canal.
Directly you are taking the water from Ganga itself.
Yes, sir.
So maybe
By the help of tube wells, sir, or sir machines वगैरह होते हैं, सर, इससे कि पाइप लगाकर बस ये कर लिया.
okay, directly you throw the pipe into the Ganga river and by the pump or any other system. I know what you are talking about. I seen many times, even we did that in our field also, when the water is flowing under there and land is upside. In that case, we have to throw a pipe into the river, and from
Yes, sir, yes,
suction that pipe, or
yes,
basically by the using the pump, you directly fall the water to the land. That's the
yes,
way
sir.
you perform it. No?
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
that
any
is
example?
actually that is a theft of water. It's not irrigation way. Actually, it's not allowed. Actually, it's illegal. Legally, it's not allowed. So that is not the right way to do. Otherwise, from an irrigation system, if you're talking about, there is a irrigation department. I already explained you yesterday. So according to that, we have a Patwari over there. We have a engineer, JE, junior engineer is there, SDO is there, action is there. Everybody is systematically, there is a system. According to that, they decide how much water they will give you the particular land. As I discussed this example yesterday class also. So that is a proper way. That is the data which is available on the different
Sir,
sites
hello,
that
sir.
you will get. Otherwise, the way we generally do, these
Hello,
are the
sir.
things just Manish explained. These are the things always do by the farmers. Whenever the river is passing through their lands, they always try to get the water without knowing the engineer or whosoever the in charge of that area, canal in a particular area. So people generally do like this also, and some of the people like they put a pipe into the river under the bottom of the bank and start getting the water from there. That is the illegal way, because downside the people whosoever, like I have a canal in my village and we are the last village which we are getting the water from there. Many times we don't receive the water because due to that theft of water has been taken place, and people actually the water is supplied to our village but we didn't get that due to the theft of that water. So that can be happened many times. Even my big father try to always, they sit on a dharna or something to action in the front of office, and they try yes, that should not be happen, their pipe should be extract out from there. These are the things happen actually in the field. That's the way I just explained to you. So recently that happened when I was on the summer vacation. I was at home and my big father was sitting on dharna for same problem. So that's the way to understand. इस तरीके से समझोगे तो you will better understand. That's the good work by some of the students, but whosoever not prepared, please go through again and collect the details so we get to know about more information related to this. So let's start with the today topic. So as we are going to discuss some of the very good questioning session we just discussed about, and some of the students given a very good answers as well. So
Sorry,
yes,
there
yes,
was
yes.
network problems.
No issue, no issue. Yes, please.
Sir,
Yes, please.
in my area there is no any canal, but
Okay.
in our area, three river passing,
Okay.
namely Kosi, Kamla, and Gandak. Sir,
Okay.
for irrigation system, we are fully depends on rain and groundwater.
Okay.
But in Bihar, 730 kilometer long Nadi passing,
Okay.
which is Kosi.
Okay.
And there is a big problem of flooding, due to
Okay.
which approximate 60,000 people are affected every year. Son.
Okay. So Rupesh, one thing which is very important, the question you just, the way you explain the things, I just got a information from you. Kosi River is the biggest river which is passing through your state, and
Yes, sir.
biggest river which is making a problem to the people in the form of flood. Fine.
Yes,
And
sir.
you can
Yes, sir.
say, you are just saying me ki we are having just a source of groundwater for irrigation.
Yes, sir.
If we have a big river into our state and we are not utilizing that water as irrigation work, and that water creates some problem for us, like we are having a flood in your area, if it is properly channelized, passing through a proper area, even groundwater scarcity will not happen, and you utilize that water in a proper way to irrigate your lands, and that will be a
Yes,
very
sir.
good. So that's the engineers to do, and the people of the state of Bihar, they should do something like this, because it's not a first time you are facing this problem. Flood is coming since India was independent in 1947. Before that also there was flood in Bihar, and still it's continuous.
Yes, sir.
But there is no, so that's why as an engineer or as a student of civil engineering, you need to be a very precise on that, how we can utilize that water in a perfect or proper way, so it's not comes as a form of flood in our area. After flood, many people have to move from their places. There are a lot of losses of lives, even loss of their wealth, money. Many things has been happened, because it's a very,
Yes, sir.
very dangerous thing which is generally, or every year it's happened, not for
Yes,
first
sir.
time. So we have to channelize, these things happens many times. So that's why this subject is so important. So now you can get an idea why this subject is so important. These are the things we have to understand, and channelize that water in a proper way to utilize that water as a irrigation system for factories, for industries, schools, colleges, wherever you can use. So we can remove that flood condition which is generally occurring. And it's happened in rainy days only.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. Remaining students, please do your homework. So we will discuss in next class. So now we are focusing on our topic that we need to continue with this. So types of irrigation. So first, before that, last topic, we are continuing from there. Importance of irrigation, that I think by discussing these points, I hope the people know why it's so important. So by the irrigation, we can keep the moisture into the soil. That moisture can utilized by the plant for its nourishment and germination of seeds also, because without moisture, seed will not germinate. So due to germination, for that we need to moisture, there should be moisture into the soil. That's why it will be germinated. Or without seed, you cannot get any plant or anything. That's why we first we have to do, that is germination of seed. That's why we require a moisture. For maintain the moisture, we need a regular interval of water supply, which is comes by helping of irrigation only. Second point, which is water supply to essential elements to the crops. Whenever we require the water, we can supply. Similarly, by the using the water, we can supply hydrogen and oxygen to the plants. Basically, we know the chemical formula, that is H2O. It means hydrogen, 2 components, and one is oxygen over there. So it will be available to the plants by supplying the water. Third, irrigation necessary for the absorption of minerals, nutrients by the plant from the soil. So without water or directly, plant cannot absorb from the soil. Nutrients cannot absorbed by the plant if soil is dry. In that case, the absorption has been taken place with the help of water itself. So moisture should be available into the soil. And for proper growth of roots and crop plants, we need moisture, and for moisture maintenance, we require irrigation. These are the things you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, there are lots of other parameters also that you can put into these points. So that's the importance of irrigation. So now talking about the type of irrigation. So irrigation itself, we already know about. What does it mean? Irrigation is nothing but it's a science of supplying of artificial way to supply the water to the land. Right? It's divided into 2 ways: surface and subsurface. We have mainly two kind of irrigation. One is surface irrigation, like by the rivers, canals, channels, rain again, and subsurface, the water we are utilizing underground or by the without wetting the top surface. Then surface irrigation again divided into further parts, that is flow irrigation and lift irrigation. One is flowing over the surface, other is we are taking water or lift the water by using pumps and motors and then supply to the field. Flow irrigation again divided into further 2 parts, flood and perennials. Flood means instant, like now rainy days we have, so that time it's comes to be as a form of flood irrigation, and perennial means continuous supplying of water is taken place. So for perennial irrigation, we required a proper irrigation system, means canal should be there, so that canal should be perennial, or otherwise tubewell should be there, so we can start the motor and get the continuous supply of the water. Then subsurface irrigation again divided into 2 parts, that is natural and artificial. Naturally, the natural water passing through, like seepage of water has been taken place nearby the river, channels, canals. So that water is passing to the underground, and by using the capillarity phenomena, a root will absorb that water and nourishment itself. Then artificially, we can supply itself. We can dig out some channel over which we can fill the soil, and pipe can be inserted, so drip by drip water can be fall through. And then again, capillarity, by the way of capillarity, you can plant can absorb the water. So that's the basic information which is given here in the flow diagram, you can see. So now one by one we'll see what is surface irrigation. So in the surface irrigation, by name you are getting some idea. So it is where water is applied and distributed over the soil surface by gravity. So suppose you are start a motor or any source, by using that you are supplying the water to the field. In the gravity way, you know that from the downhill side or down slope side, water will automatically flow by its weight. So if there is a weight, obviously there is a gravity of the water. So due to the gravity, water will flow over the surface. So that's why if it is flowing over the surface, that's why it is called surface irrigation. It is by far the most common method. Yes, generally adopted everywhere. You can see this method. Generally, people do that, or it's unchanged or continuous since thousands of years. There is no change has been coming in this particular. Like in the rice field, you can see we generally do. We have small channels, or in the field, ditches जिसको आप बोलते हो generally in the technical words if you go through. Ditches के through we supply the water by the tube well. Water continues to the ditches, and we cut the ditch one portion and apply to the land, and the water will start flowing, because continuously from the tube well side we are getting the water supply, and it's flow through the action of gravity and wet the top surface. So that thing is called surface irrigation. Then we have subsurface, as I again mentioned here. Subsurface means under the surface. In terms as subsurface irrigation, because in this irrigation water does not wet the top surface. it will not going to be wet our top surface because water is flowing under the top surface and underground nourishment of the plant by capillarity. And what capillarity means, capillarity is basically depends upon two things, that is adhesion and cohesion both. So water is absorbed, root is going to absorb the water from capillarity action. One pore to pore, soil particle to particle, its water is going to move, and it's wherever there is any plant or roots are there, they will absorb that water from the soil itself. So soil wetting is required here. Fine. So next is flow irrigation. This is the ditches which I'm talking about. You can say a small channel also. So this is a field of rice, I think, what I can see from here. So as you can see from the other side, I think tubewell is starting and water flowing is there. Water is passing through this particular, and we cut down here and water will start flowing in this lane. Right. Again, it's a phenomenon of gravity principle. Gravity or flow irrigation is the type of irrigation which the water available at higher level, obviously at the either higher level or a continuous supply is there. If continuous supply is there, water will automatically with the back end water it start flowing. So continually supply will be there. Otherwise, if you want have a fixed amount of water, and if you are on higher level, the water will supply by the gravity of the water. So that's why it is called flow irrigation. And if it is pumped by some machine, some motor or pump, in that case, this thing is called lift irrigation, because we are lifting the water. As Manish given the example, we put a pipe into the river, and by using pump or any other electric machines or motors we are using, then we lift that water from river and pass to the land where we need to irrigate. So that is the way or lift irrigation called as lift irrigation. Tubewell is a kind of lift irrigation, but that is a different thing, because we insert a pipe into a hole into the earth surface, into the earth itself, and reach to that pipe to the underground water table, and by using some motors or pumps we get that water. So that is also a lifting process, right? Then perennial, again perennial means a continuous supply. And we have perennial and non-perennial irrigations. So perennial means a continuous supply of irrigation whenever it required this get the water and complete the requirement of crop, and throughout the crop period. There are two technical terms which which will you see in the next lecture, maybe crop period and base period. There is a difference between two a little bit difference. Otherwise, we generally base period and crop period for design or parameter we generally consider same. Crop period means the time of sowing to the crop to the harvesting. जब से आपने उसको बीज बोया और जब आप उसको काट रहे हो, उस पूरे टाइम को बोला जाता है क्रॉप पीरियड. मींस पैदा होने से और उसके हार्वेस्टिंग कट होने से पहले का जो टाइम है, बीज का टाइम है, सॉरी, उसको आप क्या कहोगे, दैट इज टाइम इज कॉल्ड क्रॉप पीरियड. बेस पीरियड मींस फर्स्ट वाटरिंग टू द लास्ट वाटरिंग बिफोर द हार्वेस्टिंग. First watering is not happen directly as the seed is growing out there. So it will take some time, maybe 15 days, 20 days, whatever, depending upon the crop type also. So that time means first watering to the last watering before harvesting. That time is called base period. In detailed manner, we will see in the further lectures. So I just mentioned it at bold letters, so you get idea about this. So I hope it is clear now. In this system of irrigation, water is supplied by the canal distribution system taking off from above or a weir or reservoir. Basically, it's a very simple thing. Many
1 year में होता है क्या?
हाँ?
1 year के बाद होता है कि 1 year में?
No, for a particular crop. It can be for 6 crop is a rotational way, na? For rice is some other time. For crop, it's for like rice, wheat we have a different type. So it's a two kind of crops, na?
Time जितना
Yes.
Seasoning time जितना होता है उतना ही.
Yes, seasoning time actually. From starting of growing of the seed to the end of harvesting. हाँ, ये पूरा टाइम कहलाता है क्रॉप पीरियड. क्रॉप पीरियड है मतलब उसका बढ़ना, पैदा होना, फिर बढ़ना, फिर उसकी ग्रोथ होना, एंड अल्टीमेटली टू द रिक्वायर्ड यील्ड भी रिक्वायर्ड ऑब्वियसली. जब उसके फ्रूट्स आप कह सकते हो फल लगे थे, कोई भी तरह के होंगे, इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट राइस तो राइस विल बी देयर. So ultimately
सर
before up to the harvesting.
क्रॉप का सर 2 सीजन होता है ना, एक रबी और एक खरीफ.
Yes, but nowadays techniques are there. There are poly houses. You can irrigation students may aware about it. Poly house system is basically nowadays we can create our environment according to the required of the crop. So in that system we can get any time wheat, we can take any time. Otherwise it's in April we are going to harvest. Nowadays we can get any time because we can maintain the temperature for that. There is a system of poly house. Now I think many of the students visited our irrigation farm. So you have seen there is a tent kind of thing.
Yes sir.
So that is a poly house. And over for which government is giving the subsidy for that also, around 50%. Whatever the cost it for installation, government will pay 50% depending upon which state you are in. So mostly that is given to them. So in the Rajasthan, there is a different subsidy. They used to collect the rainwater or river water because they do not have a tube wells. In that case, what they do generally, they dig a very big hole into their field, or lined by using bricks or maybe concrete, and store that excess water. Many times now we have rice or any other crops. For rice particularly, if I am talking about, we have jawar and something else. So we have cotton as well. So these are the crops nowadays we have in our areas in south, and depending on the environmental condition we have different crops. They generally do collect the water when they do not require into the field, and that water will utilized by them after when they do not get the water from rivers, because nowadays there is a lot of excess water is flowing, because we are not going to utilize each and every pie of that water basically. So rainfall is in hill area is very huge. Even in our area we have huge rainfall. We do not require even tubal water, and as well as for rivers also. That's why flood is taken place. But this is a one of reason also, because in India we have a tropical country. We get a rain, but a huge amount. We are not getting the rain like in England. There is a small rain in a particular 1 hour, then 2 days we don't have, then in 1 day we have small rain patches. They do not require any irrigation system, right? तो हम बात कर रहे हैं राजस्थान. They generally do collect the water and then they utilize that water for then they do not have the regular water supply like in summer. So generally ये जो लोग क्या करते हैं सब, right? So we are here when if you are diverting the direct river water, like obstructing something, many times तो आपने ये किया भी होगा. Generally do, if you don't do, please do it at home. Basically what we do when I was small kid, that moment, but my house is where we have a surface. We don't have the floor each and everywhere because we have animals also. In that case, what we generally do, we make small channels, and from one side my brother or sister maybe that start dropping the water from upper side, and water will start flowing, and we construct some obstruction in front of it, and we cut that water and divert that water from that side to that side and that side to other side. So that the way actually is irrigation generally people do in as areas, or many people, even you did maybe. तो ये कुछ बड़ी चीजें नहीं है. Even you already have done this, but for a bigger things you have to study this, right? So relate your thing, your concept into the basic, and visualize the thing. That is the best way to understand. ठीक है. तो that diversion is from the barrage. जो obstructions हम घर पे बनाते थे, that is basically comes a different name, or technically name comes to be barrage, weir, across the river. Across river means to divert a obstaking, because obstruction करने से क्या होगा, water will increasing the upper side and we will cut from there and get the obstaking canal. That is obstaking canal. That's how you can do it. That is the technical terms which comes into our mind. That's how we can understand it. right? Baki technicals are lots of things. It's a not easy ki aapne directly barrage banaya and you start getting the water. There are lots of things where we need to construct that barrage, how much land we need to irrigate. If somewhere if you are not aware about it, suppose आपने कहीं भी बना दिया उसको, in that case flood can be there because वहाँ अगर जरूरत नहीं था already वहाँ पे water का इतना ज़्यादा वहाँ पे deep मीन्स की आप कह सकते हो डिप्रेशन एरियाज है, तो इन दैट केस वाटर की वहाँ पे दिक्कत हो जाएगी, फ्लड आने के चांसेस हो जाते हैं. तो चॉइस ऑफ बैराज एंड द पोजीशन ऑफ डैम यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. फिर कंस्ट्रक्शन टेक्निक, स्ट्रक्चरल इंजीनियर, जियो टेक्निकल इंजीनियर्स, water hydrological engineer, each and every will participate in this. But for basic information you can understand by taking your examples. Now we have a flood irrigation. So it's a kind of irrigation, is also called indention irrigation. In this method soil is kept submerged like a rice field. We generally do this kind of things. Every time you see कि rice के अंदर आपका क्या होता है, water stably it has some depth or it stand by something someday, so depending upon the soil type also, so that kind of thing, or it will soaked by the soil and will ultimately supply to the plants, or plant can get absorbed from there and for its nourishment and proper growth, right? Then natural sub irrigation. In this basically what generally happened whenever there is a river passing or any water body is passing, so seepage is taken place by lined. Even you are not controlled 100% seepage will taken place even lined canals, but the difference is unlined and lined canals, there is a huge difference. Even you can stick up to 80%, in that case 20 is allowed, but initially without lined the water can pass even 10, 15, 80 to 100% also. So total water नहीं कह रहा हूँ मैं, total water pass नहीं होता है, मतलब कहने का seepage differences comes to with that point. कहीं आप ऐसा सोचो 100% तो सर पानी तो सारा ही निकल जाएगा, आगे कहाँ जाएगा? नो, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि डिफरेंस ऑफ लाइंड और अनलाइंड में इतना फर्क पड़ जाता है. अगर लाइंड में अगर आपका 80% सीपेज हो रहा था तो उसमें हम 40 या 30 के 100% फिर भी नहीं रोक पाते, राइट? So leakage has been taken place. Due to the leakage, obviously that water is passing into the underground through the voids or pores between the soil particles, fine, and that will participate into the water table or maybe on the upper surface, and after that plant will absorb that by using capillarity. So without any additional extra efforts, it's called natural sub irrigation. So that's a way to irrigate. जैसा कि आप यहाँ पे मैंने कल भी एक एग्जांपल दिया था आपको कि we already seen many of tree plants, ट्रीज होते हैं जो बड़े बड़े ट्रीज हैं वो रिवर के बैंक्स के ऊपर बन जाते हैं. Why? Because due to that leakage water, because nobody is going to supply the water कि बकेट उठाया और somebody will pour the water के पानी डाल के आते हैं, नहीं, वहाँ पे automatically with the seepage water is absorbed by the plant by the phenomenon of capillary and growth itself. Then artificially, artificial मतलब somebody is going to be participant, people are going to be there, so we are going to make some drainage. Yes
सर थोड़ा पीछे वाला स्लाइड को एक बार फिर से बताएगा, नेटवर्क थोड़ा सा इशू.
So in natural sub irrigation basically, dear students, is happen nearby the channels or any water body which is passing through it, some water will seep through that banks. बैंक्स मतलब जो बॉडी लास्ट साइड में बने होते हैं ना बड़े बड़े, उनको बैंक्स बोला जाता है रिवर के. उन बैंक से वाटर विल स्टार्ट पासिंग एंड विल absorb into the soil, and that absorbed water by the phenomenon capillarity, the root will absorb that water for its nourishment. That is the natural sub irrigation. Without any external effort, we are not going to supply that water. It's a natural phenomena which has happened, and water will absorbed by the plant by its root. Then we have artificial. Whenever artificial name comes, means people will participate, and artificial way we are going to supply the water. There we are going to make some drainage system which passing the water under the ground, and water will absorb by the soil first, and particle to particle water will move, and the action of capillarity, and ultimately it will absorb by the plant root. and it will do or for its nourishment of the plant. That is thing called artificial sub-irrigation. Then before going to the irrigation method, some of the things that we need to keep in our mind, which method we need to choose according to some criteria, condition we have to verify. Otherwise, directly you are not going to, yes, I will choose this method. Depending upon some conditions, depending upon the availability of water, how the topography of your land is there, what kind of climate is there, type of crop is there, type of soil is there, and local tradition and skills also. These are the things over which you have to decide that method I am going to adopt for my irrigation irrigation of the land or irrigate to the land. And many times people see you, obviously, as you can see, you are from different states, or even we have different countries also, like Nepal. So in Punjab, you see there is a different way of supply, or there is a different way of irrigation method. Then you move to other state like UP, Bihar, you find some other way to supply the water. Then we reach to the hilly areas like Jammu and HP. You find a different way to supply the water depending upon their conditions. If you move south, we have different type of methods to adopt. So skill and local tradition also, economics is also, because if you are going for drip irrigation, suppose drip irrigation is very much costly and very huge amount you have to spend before to install that system. In that case, if you don't have money, and then in that case you are not going to for drip irrigation, these things will also. Then type of crop, which kind of crop is going to be grow, then in that case you have to choose which method you are adopting. Soil area, then climate of area, topography, that should be also a very important point, and water supply. So these are the points which are mentioned in the slide. One by one, anybody can one point आपने explain करना है, any of the students, water supply available, how it affects the choice of methods. So water supply availability, how it will affect your choice of method. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So question is clear, I think. My question is how water supply availability is affect your choice of method. Whatever the methods are, there are different methods. So आप बस देखिए अपने एरिया के हिसाब से, just you have to respond कि this kind of system is there, whether that supply of water is a effect or not. Suppose for I am again simplified it again, you have availability of water is huge, like you are in state of Punjab. So there are different methods, like we have sprinkler जानते हो? Many students see the sprinkler system ना?
Yes, sir.
And then we have border irrigation, border जो कि पंजाब में ज्यादातर होती है राइस की फील्ड में, आपके कॉलेज के पास भी काफी लैंड है, you have seen that. We have for drip system, many people maybe see the drip system also, maybe not seen, but drip के नाम से याद आता होगा. Drip means drop water we are going to give to the plant. It will you adopt when the scarcity of water is available, means there is no huge amount of water available. Any of the point, not for first one, any point you can choose and explain them. Try to correlate whether yes it's effect or not.
Sir, water supply available. I want to talk something about.
Yes.
Sir, like when you supply the water for irrigation, we have to some water is destroyed through canal leakage, and some water is evaporated, and the we should consider the water, how much water is reaching to the land where cultivation is done.
Okay.
And like we have to see the source of water as well, like we have that canals or from
Yes,
tube well
this,
also.
this is the
Yes,
right one. We need to see the source. What kind of source
Yes.
we have available? According to that, we need to choose which method I'm going to adopt. If I have ability, huge amount of availability of water, I will go for drip system. Should I go for drip? No,
No,
I
sir.
shouldn't, because that will take my huge amount of money. Then I will go, because it will be reasonable, because if I have an amount of water, like I have a proper irrigation system, there are 2 or 3 canals in my area, even one canal is there, and I'm getting regular supply over there, and we have a tubewell system also, then I will not go for the drip system. Fine. So that's why the supply or availability of water of source is very important. That is a one thing to consider, the method of choice, which method you will adopt for irrigation. Then topography.
Yes.
Topography का क्या हुआ? Topography मतलब how the surface is looks, whether it is regular, irregular. Like in hilly areas, we don't have a regular surface. Topography is irregular. In that case, you are not able to go for border irrigation. It's very difficult to hold that water. You can go for sprinkler system over there.
यस सर, मेरे एरिया में सर
Yes, sir.
टोपोग्राफिकल टाइप है सर, उसका कारण भी सर कैनाल सिस्टम वहाँ पे सर काम नहीं करने वाला सर.
Then third point, climate of area. Again, it's if you are in again hilly areas, climate is there is a humidity, huge humidity, temperature is not high, the requirement of water is less. So I will go for that other system according to the climate also. If you go for Rajasthan, we have a very dry season over there. Dry state is called as a Rajasthan. So over which we required a lot of amount of water, but we don't have. According to that, we have to choose for that Rajasthan. We generally see a drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation, because first of all, they don't have a proper supply. Second thing, soil is not a alluvial kind of soil. The sandy soil is there. Third thing, they need to supply the water small, because scarcity, even rainfall is not proper. Because ultimately source is not available of the supply. Even they have a rivers, but particular some area, Jaisalmer, like we have Jaisalmer in these areas, totally a dry state. Badmer, Jaisalmer, these are the completely dry states, dry districts, sorry, of the Rajasthan state. Then crop to be grown. If you are having a rice, in that case you required a more amount of water. Then you have to choose a different way method. वहाँ पे आप sprinkler नहीं करोगे. Can you have anybody seen sprinkler system for rice? कभी आपने देखा कि राइस के खेत में स्प्रिंकलर हो रहा?
No, sir.
It will not help. So rice required a very much huge amount of water, like around
Surface
119
irrigation
centimeters.
also.
Surface irrigation would be adopted for rice. Or generally, you
Yes.
can see in the Punjab state, or Bihar, Punjab, UP, Haryana. These are the area where we generally see this. Economic, again, if you have the money, then go for anything. Like US have money, they go for sprinkler or drip system. Like India, we don't. People have more people are middle and lower middle. In that case, don't have the system to install the sprinkler and drip system. So that's why they need to choose a different method over which. Then many times you see local traditions also. Many people have different skills. Many people have local traditions. Like Punjab में अगर एक तरीके का हो रहा है तो you move one side to other side, you will see same way. अगर और जैसे ही आप state change करते हो, there are different way. So it is also changed according to the state to state, or tradition to tradition, or skills to skill of the people. Yes, research are going now. If you see rice is comes now, the as you can pour on the farrows also. Now people जैसे आपके potatoes या tomato आप लगाते हो ना, उस तरीके से भी rice करने लगे हैं लोग. Now research has been taken place, so that can be changed the later part. पहले human beings आपके pour करते थे, now machine से लग रहा है.
अभी तो सर ब्लैक राइस हुई एक
हाँ चीजें, but yeah, that's the students or engineers or scientists, so they are working on it to control the wastage of the water, basically. Right? So
Yes.
now go to the methods. So these are the conditions. Otherwise, there are a number of other conditions like also like soil of the area. It's a very important point. So go to the methods of irrigation. Basically, an adequate water supply is important for plant growth. It's a very important for nourishment or proper growth. If it's not there, a plant में कोई बीमारियां या कुछ दिक्कत आएगी तो nourishment is required. If you are not eat properly, you are not drink properly, you definitely face some problem medically. Like similarly, plant will also face. So proper supply of the water is there for proper growth of the plant. And if we don't have the rainfall, in that case we need to additionally water from irrigation system. So as you can see in this image, a lady is bringing the water. This is the very in ancient time people do the irrigation like this. And even nowadays the nursery people, नर्सरी होती है ना जहाँ पे, तो प्लांट्स में ऐसा ही किया जाता है. वहाँ पे ज्यादातर लोग क्या करते हैं, जस्ट हैव ए बकेट, bring the water from source, go to the, because canal river was there, natural drainage was there. Natural drainage means the water is itself make the way to pass from one place to the other, means high level to lower level water will automatically make its path. So that is basically called natural drainage. Fine. From like the natural drainage is passing by the that area, people go to there and collect the water into the bucket and sprinkle or throw the water to the their plant, and that's how they do. But nowadays we have a lot of system of irrigation. We have channels, different things has been taken place, research has been taken place, canals banna start hua, channels. In these things are now outdated for long area, but for small or like at houses we generally do still do like this. Then if you go for surface irrigation, we divided the surface irrigation method into 3 parts, that is basin irrigation, furrow irrigation, and border irrigation. And we have sorry, again it's a different part, it's not come on surface. These are sprinkler or drip irrigation. Sprinkler is a kind of rain thing. Drip is a pipe which we just start the water from one place, and we have a small hole on it under the plants. In orchards you generally see the drip system. जहाँ पे बाग लगाए जाते हैं ना, वहाँ पे ड्रिप सिस्टम होता है जनरली. Like you can see in the basin irrigation, basin or flats area of land, as you can see, surrounded by the low bunds. ये आप देख सकते हो, these are the in hilly areas. That's how they do the irrigation in the hilly areas. They cut a surface and we make the basin and supply the water. Bunds मतलब border बना देते हैं. Water should not pass to the adjacent land.
तो टी वगैरह का भी तो इसी तरह से फार्मिंग किया जाता है ना.
कहाँ पे?
टी
yes, for yes tree के लिए ये आउटसाइड के अंदर ऐसा ही होता है.
सर ये
As you can see,
सीढ़ीनुमा खेत को बोलते हैं.
Basin
जो cutting
irrigation
करती
is commonly used for rice grow on flat lands or in terrace or hilly lands, you can see. So that's how we can basically we collect pass the water into the basin, and by the bunds we stop that water into that required area. So that's how we do by using basin. This is your furrow irrigation, is generally adopted for the vegetables like tomato, potato, or different. We
Sir,
are not going. Yes.
ऐसे ही होता है. पोटैटो ऐसे ही है.
हाँ, ऐसे किया जाता है जनरली. डू दे ओवर द बंस, ये अलग अलग बनाए जाते हैं, इसमें सप्लाई किया जाता है. और इसमें ज्यादा पानी नहीं दिया जाता, बिकॉज अगर पानी वहाँ पे स्टैंड बाय रहेगा तो दैट विल कह सकते हो खराब कर देगा आपके प्लांट को. दैट इज नॉट.
और ये जो सिस्टम बना हुआ है सर, इस तरह से वो भी खराब हो जाएगा.
हाँ, तो दिस इज द furrow system. You can see there are small channels which carry the water down to the land slope between the crop rows. ये आपका चैनल है जो कि पानी कैरी करके आ रहा है from the source, whether the source can be a canal or tube well. Water inflates into the soil as moves to along the land, as it passing the water through these strips. Fine, strips के through जाएगा और वे ultimately it will absorb by the that इसको हम आपको टॉप को कह सकते हैं रिजिस, और ये डाउन आपका डिप्रेशन पोर्शन इससे पास होता है, एंड अल्टीमेटली it will stand for 12 to 24 hours, and it will absorb by the soil, and ultimately root will use that water by capillary action. So many of the people seen these things, so there is not that difficult to understand. Then we have border irrigation. Border means this is a ditch, or so generally we have divided the land into different sections, as you can see for border. These are the low leaves border, and this is length is given, that is 100 to 400 mm, and again 10 to 20 meter width you can see. So from there it's a main ditch which carry the water, and from there we cut that and water will start flowing in this particular area. राइस की फील्ड भी आपको इस तरीके का आपने काफी बार देखा होगा, many students have seen
Yes,
this,
sir.
right? और जो ये सिस्टम है इसको साइफन और स्पिल्स बोलते हैं, ठीक है। पानी को हम यहाँ से सीधा, अदरवाइज ये तो कि यहाँ पे साइफन या सिस्टम को जो बात है ना इस तरीके से किया जाता है, जनरली ऐसा नहीं होता है, पाइप्स नहीं डालते हैं, वी cut this and water will start flow, or otherwise you can insert a pipe into it and we can stop that pipe by inserting some gunny bags and so on, right? So we have sprinkler irrigation method also. Sprinkler irrigation means we have a more different kind of basically a method which is supply the water in the form of spray with having a network of pipes, pumps, motor, and it's a kind of artificial rain which is going to give and us a very good result actually. In case of it can utilize proper amount of water, because wastage of water is very less in this case. Like these are the reserve pipe, sprinkler head, this is the end plug, is you can say it lateral line, these are the lateral lines, this is the main line, this is the pressure goes, we have to maintain it, otherwise maybe there is a failure has been taken place of any of the system. सैंड फिल्टर टू रिमूव की, सैंड फिल्टर का क्या फंक्शन है यहाँ पे मैं बताता हूँ, बड़ा जरूरी है ये। वाटर रिसोर्स वेर एवर इट इज फ्रॉम, कैन बी ए ट्यूबवेल और stored reservoir, in that you collect the water, pump is there, pressure goes, again we need to maintain. Sand filter is basically used to filter the water, so anything like any aggregate, any leaves should not be passed. If it is go through it, it may block your pipes or laterals, or maybe your sprinkler head, so it will be very costly to maintain again and again, it will be very difficult. So that's why the cleaning, and surely the cleaning of water is very mandatory in this case. If it is not happened, that's why generally yes
Sir, just like tubewell की तरह ही है ना ये?
yes, it's like a tubewell, but water is stored into this. It may be a tubewell, directly from the tubewell you can supply, but generally it's if we have tubewell, so we do not go for this system. It's only in the case of when we don't have a regular supply of water, people generally store the water, which I just given the example. People of Rajasthan generally do dig a hole into their land, collect the water, then they have a huge proper supply of water. In that time, like rain is there, or a river water, they collect into it, and by pump or anything later on they will use that water. But in that problem, mainly it is used a filter or pressure, this sand filter is generally for river water. Otherwise it's if it is tubewell, if it is clear water, in that case we do not require, but it's a good thing to have, because it will retain the aggregates, some unwanted materials which is not going to pass through it. It will block your pipe, or you won't able to find where it is happening, right? So that are the things you have to keep in mind. That's why filter has been there. Then again, some of the condition you have to keep in mind. What kind of sprinkler, for sprinkler English, what are the favoring condition to adopt? One thing, topography is irregular, in that case, sir, this is very good to have. Surface irrigation is not good if topography of land is irregular. When the land gradient is steeper and soil is erodible, if suppose land is steeper in hilly areas we have, and you will go for surface irrigation, so that will erode your soil and will difficult to stop that water, because bunds are not that strengthened thing to retain that water into that field. In that case, sprinkler irrigation would be adopted. When water table is high, again, water table is high. In that case, if you go for surface irrigation, in that case, water table is again high, and again back to surface water you go, water logging will take in place. Again, water logging is not good for your plant growth or for your area basically. Like when area is such that seasonal water requirement is low, such as near the coast, many times seasonal water is not required. In that case, we store that water and apply the water to the later on part when we require that water. Otherwise, there are other different points also you can keep in that mind. When we require, or where if you have the money, in that case you can go for sprinkler system even if you have a proper supply. Sprinkler system is good adoption or good research actually that is done in the history. So actually it's a stop the wastage of water. Then we go for surface irrigation. It's generally not a good method to adopt. Surface irrigation is a totally waste of water irrigation. Like flood irrigation is not a good one, because top surface of the land is totally submerged into the water, and many times maybe plant is required or not, mostly water is passed through the surface of this, so under the ground. Maybe it will participate later on ground table or not, that is a different part. But generally surface irrigation is only adept when a lot of water is available, like tubewell we have rivers, we have canals, over which in that system we can go for. Then sprinkler system, again, different kinds. One is conventional, other is mobile system. Conventional again further divided into three parts, that is permanent, semi-permanent, and portable. Permanent means all the required thing like motor, pump, filter, pipes, all are fixed. Semi-permanent means some of the system like motor or pump will be fixed, pipe can move or disinstalled, and they can install later on for when they require. And portable is moving thing, you can say mobile system, which is moving, like one pipe is connected and it's moving through the surface land. Nowadays in my area I seen that portable system in the form of spray. Actually the pesticide they use for that, but what they do, they have a machine or very simple thing, they have a bigger tire machine which is moving between the plants or crop, and have a proper supply of water or chemicals that we have to spread out the over the crop for pesticide, unwanted heats, you can say. तो in that case जो आपका पानी है वो क्या हो रहा है, मूव कर रहा है वो, it's that machine or that instrument is moving between the field, and you can use on a further land or in other village also by doing so. So that is a portable system. So it's a moving or mobile van की तरह होता है आपका, ठीक है. बाकी images I will show in later part. Now permanent system I just explained to you, it's a fixed system, it's not going to be moved, it's a fixed or in a particular land. We required a HP node, it's a horsepower machine, depending upon how much land you require to irrigate by sprinkler system, according to that power of electric motor you required. Pump required for capacity and head, how much you requirement of the field. Main line we need check valves, gate valves, check valves for checking the there should not be any disturbance, you can say, or any choking of the pipes. In that case it's used. Lateral and risers. Laterals means these are the perpendicular thing to the main line, these are the laterals. Riser to take the water to the sprinkler head, these are the called risers. So this is the system of permanent. So that's all for today lecture. Further we will see portable, as just explained, semi permanent and portable system. Semi permanent means some of the system will be fixed, other will can move, and portable means all the things can move from one place to other. So that's a mobile van kind of thing. So that's all from today's lecture, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and have a nice day. If you have any query, you can ask.
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir?
Yes,
सर
sir.
नोट्स ग्रुप में डाल दीजिए।
Yes, sir.
Yes, I will
Sir,
make
इसको
a
बस
Google
भेज
Classroom.
दीजिए,
I will make a Google Classroom today. I will share the notes over.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Hmm.
ये पीपीटी सर।
Yes, yes, I will share it.
Excuse me, sir, I have question.
Yes, please.
सर प्रमोशन लेटर मिल जाती ना सर?
Dear, actually, today I have 2 class, so that's why I won't able to go to main office. So maybe tomorrow I will arrange it. If I have to wait for that.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
किसी किसी का एक्सेप्ट कर लिया सर, किसी किसी का नहीं कर रहा है accept।